Alright, hi everybody. It's Bankai 922. Pet Girl of Sakurasou. Before I get into that, Bleach came out. Semi-rant for later today when the manga stream chat. But when the manga stream translation comes out, I will do the review of that. That's later today. Manga stream. Pet Girl of Sakurasou. This was episode 20. Man. I'm a little pissed off, to be honest. See, and this one was called, let me see, I believe this one was called, dun, 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 so we can keep calling it home. Now, this really pissed me off in more ways than one, like I said. And Pantone 12 actually told me about this episode, and when I read it, I was like, that's fucked up. That is just fucked up. Now, the logistics of this episode, the way it goes on, they're basically getting signatures. Sarota, Nanami, everybody. From the student body, so they can stop the destruction of the demolition of it, of Sakurasou. And there's something that happens after this. What happens is, while they were doing that the night before, Ryunosuke was a little pissed off in the beginning of the episode. Later on, it's no big deal. He was hacking into the school computer site, trying to get, was to believe, the board meeting that was with the school. And what he found out was the reason why they want to tear it down. According to the, meeting and what he found out, they're not supposed to demolish the building until 5 years. In 5 years. But for some odd reason, the school board wants to demolish it now. Why? Shiro? The same, it's like, and I beg the question, did Mashiro's father go to Japan and just pay these motherfuckers off? Because that's what it felt like. And truth be told, that's what I believe. I believe 100%. I wouldn't be surprised if majority of those school board members lived in England. Hey, say what you will. But the reason why they want to demolish it is because, Mishiro doing manga that puts a bad reputation on the school, and they want to rectify it by having her not do manga and do art. Middle fingers to those school board members. Here you go. Yeah, enjoy that. So, makes you wonder, like, what the fuck? And hearing this, and the sensei, she tried to tell them, but still, it was for naught. So what ends on happening is, hearing this news, Sarota is going to go straight into the principal's office and say, fuck you, And Ryunosuke stops him. And he tells him all this thing about the, he's going to find out that I hacked in. So, it's kind of pointless to do that. And this is the part of the episode where I want to say, Ryunosuke, shut the fuck up. It was kind of cruel what he said, but it's true. But you know what? He says to him, the solution is right underneath your nose. And the solution, which is stupid, It's a stupid solution. He's basically telling Sorota, Mishiro leaves. That's the solution to the problem. That's if they decide not to go through the petition. And he's saying to him, oh, Misaki Senpai is going to graduate. Jin is leaving. Even though, he was talking about Nanami as well. She's basically going to be, even if she passes the thing, that's another thing I need to talk to you in this episode that pissed me off. Passes her voice acting thing, she's going to leave anyway. So, and you have your finals with the games, with the gaming. So that's what he's basically saying to him. And Sorota, and the whole point with Rodanosuke, I was pissed off at him, but later on you find something out about him, which makes sense. So what ends on happening after that, a lot of shit happened in this episode. I'm just going to get into the specific parts. Is they continue to try to get money for the, the petition. And, you got a scene with Sorota talking to Nanami after that outburst thing with Rodanosuke. And he grabbed Rodanosuke. He was like, Sorota. And then Mishiro showed up, and she actually was doing the same thing, getting signatures. And there's a scene with Sorota and Nanami. It's kind of one of those scenes where you say, she's going to leave either way. She'll go with an agency, or she goes back home to Osaka. So what ends on happening is, before there was the major scenes was 2 scenes. After that, number 1, flashback. We get a flashback, which was kind of surprising, of Rodanosuke. And it's basically Rita. She's getting a flashback from his, mail-made thing, email messaging thing, saying what happened to him in junior high school when he was part of the game. They were doing this game in junior high school, producing this game, video game, and how he was exiled from the project because he was so demanding and everything, and so on and so forth. After that scene, and a lot of the stuff happened, and there's a scene where Sorota and Nanami are walking home, and they're thinking about they need to, get the money and stuff, and they're walking home, and Mishiro gives Nanami a letter. It's from the thing she did, the voice acting. And she opens it. This was the most important thing, the episode. This and everything else after it. And she says, and I was like, this episode was so draining. So many bad things happen. She reads it, and she tells Sorota she didn't make it. That pissed me off like a motherfucker. Because here's the thing, and it really pisses me off, because I'll tell you why. Now, I know for a fact a lot of people would probably come out and say, oh, Nanami, she's a bitch. I don't like her at all. And most people go, Mishiro. Here's the facts. Even if they think they get Sakurasou from being destroyed, Nanami's gone. That pissed me off so much. But basically, she's not going to be sad. She's going to be positive now from now on. And there's this scene with her and Misaki Senpai. She's wearing this cat outfit, this bear outfit. They run in the forest. And it was just so funny. And Jin was basically telling Sorota, you have to be, positive and everything. And there's also another scene in this episode with Sarota and the guy who's helping with the gaming contest thing, with the producing this game. And he's telling him how, if it was in his, what I did was I would do two things at the same time. I would make sure both things happen. And that's basically what happened. And the rest of the episode, pretty much, after that, they're just basically getting signatures. And that's when a phone call from Rita happens between her and Renosuke. And what happened is she basically told him on the phone the whole thing she found out about him when he was in junior high school and everything, and that flashback. And after the phone call, the next day, I think Nanami and Sarota had to go get another signature, and this guy was telling telling Sarota and Nanami about this notebook was in the classroom, in the computer lab that he filled out, and they find out that Renosuke made a website, a link on the school's website to the article about the fact that the dorm of Sakurasou is going to be demolished. And they got all the signatures. So now they got and I think at the end of the episode they got 300 signatures. They're all happy and hugging, and it's very joyous. And then we see Mishiro going into Sarota's room and saying that I'm going to protect Sakurasou, she says to him. And it's very touching and emotional. Now, that's pretty much what happened. Now, overall, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I know, people think, God, Bob, God, you got to give it higher. Holding off, this was very emotional for me. Because at the end of the day, what pissed me off about this episode was Nanami. Because, now, you probably could say to yourself, wait a minute. Even if she passed, she would have gone to an agency. True, but after the year's over, she's going back home. And it sucks because it's like she has true feelings for Sarota, and now those feelings aren't going to be realized. So, but I don't know. It's too hard to say how this is going to turn out. Overall, like I said, 4 out of 5. Next week's episode is going to be called It's Nobody's Fault That It's Raining. So, I don't know what that means. But the thing is, this was a good episode. It's just I got pissed off with Nanami. I'm like, fuck, man. That pissed me off. And it was pretty emotional, like I said. So I was almost on the verge of crying a little bit. On the verge. Not there yet. But this was a pretty emotional episode. 4 out of 5. I would give it more, but I'm waiting to see on that. I gotta wait and see next week. See what this brings next week. But the only thing I have to say is this for those board members. Take this and stick it where the sun don't shine. Because those guys obviously are fucking idiots. It's like beyond idiocy. But I'm just pissed about Nanami, man. Fucking bullshit. She was gonna confess to Sarota. And it just pisses me off for that, man. That didn't happen. It's ridiculous. But overall, good episode. I get it. I don't want to say Mashiro wins at the end, but I mean that's what it looks like to me. If they manage to pull off getting the building from being demolished, she wins in the end because But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see on that. This has been Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. Man, Nanami pissed me off. We'll see. See you guys later.